Good afternoon and welcome to the Pittsburgh Land Bank Board meeting for Friday, July 11th, 2025. We'll begin with roll call.
Councilman Bobby Wilson, Councilman Daniel Lavelle,
Here.
Councilman Kahari Mosley,
Here.
Director Wanda Wilson,
Here.
Director Jennifer Cash-Wade,
Here.
Director Kirk Berkeley,
Here.
Director Steve Mazza, Director Tamara Didikovich, Director Tammy Thompson. We have 5 members present.
Thank you very much. Next, prior to moving into public comment, I need to announce that the Land Bank did meet prior to this meeting for an informal executive session regarding real property transactions. Next, we'll move into public comment. For all those providing comment, please use the raise your hand function in the bottom menu if you wish to speak during public comment. As a reminder, public comment is taken at the beginning and a second time at the end of the meeting. To begin, please state your name, your neighborhood, or your organization affiliation. You will be given 3 minutes to speak.
Okay, and I see Michael McAllister, if you want to go ahead.
Terrific. This is Michael. Can you all hear me?
Sorry, you were a little bit garbled. Could you start again?
Yeah.
This is Michael McAllister from Epic Development, and
Oh, Michael, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes,
Go ahead
we
when
can
you're ready.
hear you.
I'm sorry. This is Michael McAllister. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, terrific. My name is Michael McAllister, owner of Epic Development and a resident and owner here in Uptown. I'm excited to partner with the Pittsburgh Land Bank as well as Uptown Partners in support of the redevelopment of 2 and 3 Seneca. We're looking forward to bringing those properties back from a blighted state of disrepair into 2 new owner-occupied units that will be fully reconstructing with new construction and look to bring active and engaged owners into the Uptown neighborhood as early as next spring. And excited for the opportunity and appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I see Manuel Anquife Reed.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Minyela Kemphy Reed. I am representing the Larmer District, and I'm here to advocate for the approval of my family's purchase of 2 vacant lots on Meadow. We began this process a long time ago, 2018, so I'm very grateful to be at this stage. It took a lot of effort and members to get us there. We look forward to continuing to be advocates of the Larmer District and to continue to develop and be a part of the redevelopment. For us, this is really about reclaiming space. Sharon Scott has been a long-term resident of Larmer. She's worked at the Kingsley, worked a lot with the Larmer Consensus Group and initiatives in Larmer. So we look forward to this being approved. We appreciate the Land Bank, the URA, the councilman, Glenn, neighborhood allies, so many people to get us here. So looking forward to being part of the redevelopment of the Larmer District.
Thank you. Next, we have Michaela Scheckler.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. My name is Michaela Scheckler, and I'm the Real Estate and Development Program Manager at Uptown Partners of Pittsburgh. I'm just going to be speaking about the 2 and 3 Seneca Street properties. I'm here to offer my support for the sale of these properties to Michael McAllister and Epic Development. Michael presented his proposal for the site to our Real Estate Design and Development Committee on July 8th, and it received unanimous support from the committee members. So while my formal letter of recommendation to the Uptown Partners Board is still pending, I fully expect it to be approved, and we intend to issue that formal support to the city as well very soon. Michael's plan reflects exactly the kind of thoughtful, community-aligned development that Uptown needs. It includes 2 new modular townhomes that will meet high standards for sustainability, design, and neighborhood compatibility as well. The project also aligns closely with the goals of the Uptown Eco-Innovation District Plan, emphasizing energy efficiency, green infrastructure, and long-term investment in the community. We trust that in partnering with us, Michael will bring the same care and commitment to his project as he has to the many others he's also completed in the Uptown area. So for all these reasons, I just urge you to support transferring the properties at 2 and 3 Seneca Street to Michael through the land bank process. Thank you.
Thank you. And the final hand I see is Monica Scott. Monica, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm still seeing on our end, Monica, that you're muted. So if you're able to find the button to unmute yourself and start your comment. Hmm. Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, we'll circle back. There's Jerome Scott who also has his hand up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Since Monica, I'm part of the Scott family, in which my aunt Sharon is a long time, like almost 30 years, over 30 years, a part of the Larimer neighborhood. And our family has been trying to get this land for since it's attached. The properties, the 2 plots that we wanted is the side properties of my aunt Sharon's home. So we wanted to continue this to, really plant roots down. And since Monica was having a problem, I figure I would jump in and just advocate for giving the property to Mignelle. We've been at it a long time trying to get this built and make sure our family has access to this land. So we've been working since 2018 to do so. So I just wanted to advocate for Mignelle to get the land since Monica was having a problem.
Thank you. I'm going to see if there are any, if anybody would like to raise their hand, if there's any other public comment. I'm not seeing any hands up right now. So I will pass it back to the South.
Okay. And just if I can just mention, because I see Glenn and Kelly here, just this would be the moment if you wanted to speak on behalf of any of the items on our agenda today.
Oh.
We're calling Caprice.
Oh, and Caprice Scott, I see your hands up.
Okay, now I am able to unmute. Hi, everyone. How are you? My name is Caprice Scott, and I'm also part of the Scott family. And I would like to just, I wanted to chime in hopes to just let you guys know that we're trying to build roots and build not just the Larimer community, but to build a legacy. For our family. This is something that, as you know, has been said before. It's been going on a long time, and as Larimer residents, a former Larimer resident, I would like to just build roots. And it's about building community as well and being a part of the community. So I would like to take that into consideration as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no more speakers, I will pass this back to the chair.
Thank you very much. That'll move us into the chairman's report. We have one action to announcements. The first action is the approval of the June 2025 board meeting minutes. May I have a motion to approve?
Motion, Wanda Wilson.
Need a second?
Second.
Motioned by Wanda, seconded by Ms. Cash Wade. All those in favor say aye.
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 Board minutes have been approved. Next is our first announcement, which is that we will not be meeting in the month of August. Our second announcement. Oh, sorry. We need a motion.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Sorry, no. I was getting ahead of myself. We need a motion to recess in the month of August.
So moved.
Second, Wanda
All in
Wilson.
favor, say aye.
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 Now we will formally not be meeting in the month of August. Our last announcement is we have a new staff member, Miss Devin Shirey.
Yeah, we just wanted to say welcome to Devin. Thanks so much for coming to join the Land Bank team. And Devin, in her first few weeks, has been instrumentally helpful in helping us to prepare for this board meeting today. So, and she's coming to us from the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. Yes.
Welcome. So next is item 4, which is our treasurer's report. I'll turn it over to Ms. Wilson.
Thank you. We have our financials, our financial statements through the end of June and the end of the second quarter, which is great. So in front of you here, we see our income statement through June 30th. So I don't have anything really to highlight here that's out of the ordinary. I would say that it's great to see that we have all of we're up to date for the second quarter with our personnel items being in. So we do appreciate that, that we're current with our HR costs in our financials for the end of the second quarter. If we go to the next slide, we see our balance sheet. And we do remain, we are looking to bring in our next allocation of ARPA funding from the city and are working on that, but we still have a healthy balance sheet to be able to cover our current expenses while we're waiting for that funding to come into place. So we're okay cash wise. And then the next is this budget to actual, and you would still see in the income lines that we're still waiting to get the ARPA grant revenue, that first line there, and then the city revenue. We are working on that. Staff are working on the paperwork to get those funds in place, and I'm tracking that pretty closely on behalf of you all on the board. So there's some progress being made, although we haven't got that funds in our bank account yet. But again, as we saw in the balance sheet, we have cash to be able to cover our expenses while we wait for that to happen. And again, we are current on, on getting everything booked. So we're not, so we're seeing current in terms of our expenses. Then finally, we have for action, some of the expenses that need board approval are listed here on the slide in front of you. And I will, as your treasurer, make the motion to accept the June 2025 financial report and approve the June 2025 monthly expenditures.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? We have formally accepted the June 2025 financial report and approved the monthly expenditures. Next up will be staff updates, and I will turn it over to Sally.
Thank you, Chair. First, just running through our typical monthly update. Thanks to our also relatively new staff member, Joshua Rolone, we are up to 42 completed sales. So here's a couple highlighting our Habitat for Humanity transfer, and then just a quick run through of the status of property in our inventory. We have 32 active closings. Hopefully when we're back in September, those will be largely completed, as you can see on the screen here. Several of those properties are part of a federal home loan bank allocation for affordable housing projects. Our most recent batch of residential rehab properties are in the inventory and are being cleaned up and having their the titles cleared. Those properties are here. And the majority of the properties you see on the screen here are going before City Council. They should be at standing committee next week. 219 Reefert and 0 Lincoln Ave are on their way from the city. We didn't get a chance to review our objection period updates from last month. So these are the properties whose objection periods closed last month. For the most part, we didn't receive any objections. We did receive a response in favor for the City of Bridges project in Garfield on Rosetta and Dearborn Street. We received a response in favor of and an objection to Farmer Girl Ebb's community garden that we are working to sell to her on Fairdale Street in Sheridan. And of course, we completed the Boys Hope, Girls Hope final vote. And then we have 8 upcoming objection periods. So we're expecting signage to go up on these properties next week. They all have project pages on our website. They're available for viewing. And our online form is also available if anyone would like to share, anyone from the public would like to share input. So we'll expect those signs to go up and those periods to expire before our September board meeting. Quick update on our pilot residential rehab program. We're working to close on 1221 High Street, 1266 High and 1257 High are still listed. We just had our identified buyer for 1257 actually rescinded the offer just this week. So that one's back on the market. 1611 Antrim also have some pending offers, but nothing ready for the board meeting yet. And then 2 properties that we expect to imminently list is this row house here on the Boulevard of the Allies in Uptown. And also 3319 Niagara in Oakland. What you can see here is a before and after of once the land bank completed this initial exterior and interior cleanup of the property. So a quick reminder of our requirements for that residential rehab program. This brings us to our next section. We wanted to take a moment to provide some space for to have a conversation with board members regarding our public comment and whether we would like to change our public comment procedure to provide in-person public comment. This likely would involve moving our board meeting to a different location, probably the basement meeting room here in this building. Did members have any questions or comments or proposals on that item?
I can certainly begin. I see no reason why we can't allow for both hybrid public comment for people to show up if they should want to show up in person. I think the reality is that the vast majority will not. Even when we were meeting in chambers, and we would allow for in-person comment, at most you would have maybe 2 people who came actually in person to speak, but I don't see any harm in allowing for the option. You're on mute, Ms. Wade.
I'm sorry. I agree with Councilman Lavelle.
And then would you see that as a permanent location change or something as an option for attendees to request?
I would see it to the location change to only be necessary should someone request in advance to speak in public. I'm not sure how that affects,
I see
the folks that are responsible for that. Excuse me.
a number of hands have gone up. So let's go with Mr. Berkeley, and then we'll go to directors.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify that question just so I understand. First of all, I completely agree with Councilman Lavelle that we should allow people to attend in person if they want to. But so was the question then moving the location of our board meeting to accommodate people coming, just to make sure I understand what we're discussing?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay.
I mean, essentially the only reason that we hold comment as virtual only is because this room, we could only accommodate a couple of people. So we would just need to move to a different location.
Right. I mean, we have the ability for a few people in there. Could we one, maybe, I guess limiting the number of people to show up in person is probably hard, but I guess we could always see how many people sign up. We could require people, if they want to be in person, to tell us that in advance and sign up. And then if more than we can accommodate sign up, we could talk about moving it.
And that's potentially an option. I think the challenge is going to be the two proposed location would be the basement room of 412 Boulevard of the Allies or council chamber. And either one of those we would have to book in advance. Like there would probably be a good chance they wouldn't be available if we tried to book them. If we figured out the day before we had too many people to fit in this room. So how often that will happen? Perhaps not very often. But I think we will note that there's interest to explore both options.
Director, I saw your hand go up. Cecilia.
Hi, thank you. Thanks, Councilman. I'd like the Land Bank Board to keep in mind that in accordance with the building ownership agreement, there would need to be security in the building to host the public meeting, and they would need to need to be a cost incurred by the Land Bank. So please factor that in to your consideration.
Thank you. I was unaware of that agreement.
Yeah, me too.
And so for clarity, is it if there's one person that wants to speak, does that when does that come into play, Director?
I'd have to review that with legal and our building manager. Well, I know for our board meeting and the Housing Authority board meetings, we each hire and pay for our own security. So for that reason, I would say, given the Land Bank is has 3 city council members to our benefit, I would say it might be something to consider looking at the city council chambers, especially if the city channel's hosting this. I'm not sure. I guess the city channel can host. They do stream planning meetings and zoning meetings from downstairs, so that could work. But I can't speak on their behalf. But anyway, so just wanted to alert you to that.
Thank you. I saw Mr. Sanders' hand go up, and then I see Ms. Wilson.
Hi, everyone. This is more of a universal comment. I'm only counting 4 board members currently.
One,
Do you all expect to have a quorum? Because you're gonna need 5.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, I think that Councilman Mosley might be coming into the building. Let me check with him right now. Thanks for flagging that.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like there was already a vote for postponing next month's board meeting. If you guys could redo that vote once you have a quorum, that would be appropriate.
Okay. We may have had him.
He was here at roll call.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
but yeah, he doesn't appear to be here now.
Oh, that's the wrong person.
Well, we can still have a discussion. We
Yeah.
just can't take any formal action. Ms. Wilson?
Yeah, I may be an outlier here, but I'm a proponent of fully virtual meetings. I think so I'm a proponent of, really making all the options for people, to offer public comment virtually. If they don't have a laptop, they can call in using a phone line. Any phone line can, you could offer public comment that way, which seems pretty accessible, allows broad accessibility for people to make public comment. And I'm a proponent of really not hybrid meetings, because I feel like with hybrid meetings, it's hard to see people's faces. When you're around a conference table, I can hear you, but I can't really see your face. So it'd be great. That's, again, I understand I probably am an outlier, but that's my perspective. I feel like virtual meetings are, provide a great opportunity for people to be able to offer public comment. So that's just my 2 cents.
Okay. Any other thoughts or comments?
Would my suggestion would be, one, Director Stanger, if you'd be willing to share with us the costs associated with having to have security, that would be helpful, probably in our decision-making factor. I do believe the majority of our funding should go towards the transaction of land, not security. But if we were intent on allowing for in-person, given that, I would probably suggest that we use chambers, because we always have security there during the day, no matter what. But we can also decide that once we actually know the cost. So if you would be willing to share that with us, we could then deliberate and maybe make a decision in September.
Yes, I will definitely share that. I'll connect with our CFO and we'll get those costs over to you.
Thank you. Mr. Sanders, your hand went back up.
Just still be up.
Oh, I apologize. I guess I should have lowered it.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt. Okay. Any final comments? Good. Okay. Thank you, members, for the feedback. And then finally, we just wanted to highlight the land bank has been featured in the news several times here in the last month or so. Habitat hosted a groundbreaking for the 2 parcels that we recently sold them in Larmer. And that's the picture you see here on the left. I also wanted to highlight this article published by WESA. It's a really nice summary of the work that land banks do here in the area. And we're mentioned as well as the Tricog Land Bank. Okay, which leads us into sales. I need to pause.
We have quorum.
So we do not have quorum. Perhaps I can pause for a moment and call.
See if Bobby can jump on.
We could also try that. Let me see. Okay, sorry. Give us 1 moment while we locate one of our members. Okay, we should have a member joining momentarily. I apologize for the delay. All right. May the record reflect, Councilman Wilson has just joined us, so we are back to quorum. Hello, Councilman Wilson. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
I know you're handling some very important family business, so thank you. We only need about 15 minutes of your time. So
Anytime.
that'll take us to action items, beginning with URA owned properties and resolution number 154, which is the acquisition and sale of.
We're fairly certain that Councilman Mosley was on when we passed that. Yeah. So
It's okay.
yeah, that's a good.
So resolution number 54, acquisition and sale of 403 Grove Street and 346 Renfrew Street in the Hill District and Larimer.
Authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 10N, Lot 344, also known as 403 Grove Street in the 5th Ward, and Block 124R, Lot 112, also known as 346 Renfrew Street in the 12th Ward, from the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same property to JB5 Investments, LLC, an affiliate entity of Sheree Anderson, for $40,000.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Some brief background.
Discussion.
Two structures. So these were on the URA board agenda yesterday, and they were approved for transfer. These are both properties that had been sitting for sale in the URA's inventory. This buyer, who unfortunately is ill, so she was not able to attend to give public comment today, but did engage with both community organizations who support the transfer of the property. The proposed end use is they'll be rehab for to be rental properties. Can I answer any questions?
Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution number 54 has been approved. That moves us to our city-owned properties, with the first resolution being number 55, which is the acquisition and sale of 2 and 3 Seneca Street in Uptown.
Authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 11K, Lots 78 and 78-2, also known as 2 and 3 Seneca Street, in the 4th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh, and to prepare the properties for sale, including quieting the title at a cost not to exceed $20,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to Epic Development, an affiliate entity of Michael McAllister, for $20,000.
Could you advance the slide, please?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Need a motion to approve? Need a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? I'll simply say, I know Mr. McAllister. I thank him. He's made an additional investment in the Uptown community prior to this. And if not for him stepping in, these would probably cost the city under $50,000 to demo eventually. So this is a win-win all around. Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution number 55 has been approved.
Daniel, I'm sorry. I think I should abstain from voting on this because I actually have the house directly across the street listed. And I don't know
Ooh.
if that's a conflict or not.
And yeah, Matt, I see you coming off of mute, and I would say that the only problem is then we will not have enough votes to approve the sale to Mr. McAllister. So, Matt, could you weigh in on whether or not that would be, if that's
I don't see it as a conflict.
She doesn't directly benefit from this.
No.
I know it'll potentially bring value to the home you're attempting to sell, but as it relates to these, you don't directly benefit from it. So I believe it is appropriate for you to disclose that you are a listing
Right.
agent for the street across. But if I have anything wrong about that, Mr. Sanders, please correct me.
No, I confer, or I concur with you all. I think if anything, it's a pretty indirect benefit. So I think a disclosure is appropriate. I don't think you need to abstain or withhold your vote. And Sally's correct. For a disposition, the board, you need a majority of the entirety of the board. So you would need, 5 of 9 votes, and there's 5 board members here. So for any sale to go through, you would every board member present would need to vote in the affirmative. So
Then I am definitely in favor of it.
This might be a question for another day, but to Mr. Sanders, is that a specific operating guideline for the land bank on dispositions?
that is a city ordinance requirement that
Okay.
created the land bank. Yeah, you need a majority of the entirety of the board, not just the board that's present.
Okay.
So then resolution number 55 has been approved with the proper disclosure. So that takes us to resolution number 56, which is the acquisition and sale of 0 Meadow Street in Larimer.
Okay, and I'll read the original into the record, and then we'll make an amendment. Okay.
Could you advance the slide? Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Wanda.
Thank you.
Also, Councilman Mosley should be arriving shortly. I'm looking at my other screen monitoring that as well, so apologies. Authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 124 and Lot 254 and Lot 255 on Meadow Street in the 12th Ward from the City of Pittsburgh at a cost not to exceed $7,500 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same properties to Sharon Scott.
Thank you. With that, I want to make a motion. I'm going to ask someone to make a motion to amend, because we've added language after it reads the City of Pittsburgh. We've added language that reads or the Urban Redevelopment Authority at a cost not to exceed $10,000, not $7,500. And then, as you all heard on public comment, the name is being changed from Sharon Scott to Monielle Uncomfy Reed. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. So maybe have a motion to amend?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
The resolution has been amended. Any further discussion on the resolution as amended?
And just some brief background on those amendments. Thank you to members for approving those. This is a bit of a special transaction. It had been making its way through the traditional city to URA transfer. City has cleared title on one property and is finalizing another quiet title action on the second. So we're just waiting to hear back from City Finance on if they would prefer that we change this and have the land bank acquire it directly from the city, or if they prefer they still will transfer the lot to the URA and then the land bank will buy it. They're both standard sales. It just kind of changes the equation a little bit since there are already quiet title actions in place. And we just increase the cost a little bit just to accommodate if there are any additional costs with a different kind of transfer.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution number 56 has been approved. Our next 2 resolutions I'm gonna actually take them together. They're under our pilot donation program. If I'm not mistaken, these were actually on our agenda last month, excuse me. But I actually ended up having to leave the meeting a little early, and thus for we didn't have the appropriate number of board members to approve these. So we have both resolution number 57, which is the acquisition of 65 Amanda Avenue in Knoxville. And then we have resolution number 58, which is the acquisition of 243 Moore Avenue in Knoxville.
Okay, and I'll read both of those together. All right. Authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 14R, Lot 79, known as 65 Amanda Avenue in the 30th Ward from Wayne Rethage at a cost not to exceed $10,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same property to the Hilltop Alliance. And resolution number 58, authorization for the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire Block 33B, Lot 317, also known as 243 Moore Avenue in the 30th Ward via donation from Carl Greenlee and Bohuslava Johnson at a cost not to exceed $10,000 using ARPA funds, and authorization to convey the same property to the Hilltop Alliance.
May we have a motion to approve both resolutions?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Both resolutions number 57 and 58 have been approved. That exhausts our agenda. That takes us to public comment.
And if we could pause for one moment, I see Councilman Mosley has joined us again. Councilman Mosley, could you confirm, were you present when we took the vote to recess August 8th and when we approved the treasurer's report? Oh, I don't know if it's how easy it is for him to get off mute. Oh, Councilman Mosley, if you have a second, if you could confirm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Could you, go ahead. Say that one more time. You broke up a little bit. I apologize.
Okay. No problem. Were you present when we took the vote to recess in August?
Yes.
And then were you present when we approved the treasurer's report?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great.
Just making sure.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here for public comment?
Sorry, yes. If you could raise your hand for public comment. I am not seeing any hands.
Oops, where did our public comment slide go? Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't see anyone with their hand raised, so I will return back to the chair.
Thank you. Then lastly, before members is our board meeting schedule, which excludes August. So we can have a motion to approve the schedule and adjourn the meeting.
We can't see the schedule.
Oh, I think I'm sorry. We are missing the schedule.
So I'll tell
okay.
you, our next meeting will be September 12th, followed by October 10th, November 14th, and December 12th.
Thank you.
So moved
Here it is.
to accept the schedule and adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Are adjourned. Thank you all very much.